A very warm welcome. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Daniela. I'm the head of international office of the BBW University of Applied Sciences. And I'm happy to present our university. I would like to introduce to you our university, and I would like to give you information as much as possible. And afterwards, we will be happy to answer all your questions. So I will jump into the presentation. Okay, next chart, please. Okay, just a short question. We are located in Berlin, Germany. So the first question is just why Berlin? And of course, we would like to recommend to live and to study there because it's specifically for students. It is quite affordable in comparison to other cities in Germany. And of course, as a startup capital, you can feel it, you can see it, and it's vibrant. In addition, it's green and a lot of more what is Berlin famous for: clubs, parks, cafes, and so on. So finally, we would say it's worth it to live and to study there. Just some key facts about our university. Why BBW? We are founded in 2007. And we are part of the BBW group. So we have this big group in the background. In total, we are running 26 industry-oriented study programs. And we cooperate with around 200 industry partners because all our study programs are practice-orientated. So we have all these companies in our background. In total, currently are around 1,200 students are enrolled. And by number of students, we are one of the largest private university in Berlin. And we have 4 study departments: economics and business management, industrial engineering, and educational and social sciences. Our international students come from more than 40 nationalities. That means these are around 400 students, international students in total. So we are familiar to work with them, to aware of these concerns and needs. And it's a really nice international atmosphere. We have 2 branch campus. Now we will focus on the Berlin campus in Germany. The other one is pretty new and is located in Venice, Italy. Really, really important is we are state recognized. That means the degree is valid as in every other public university, and your students can continue his academic career, for example. Yeah, thank you. Is it possible? Yes. Our study courses. This is a short list of our famous or the most famous study degrees for our international students, the favorite ones. The bachelor's program, for example, is business management and engineering. And our 4 master's programs are international technology transfer management, strategic management and logistics, management of creative industries, and last but not least, international technical vocational education and training. A little course overview. Just for your information, we offer as well preparation courses in our own BBW Studienkolleg, but now I will focus on the bachelor's and master's courses. And bachelor's, as normal, around 7 semesters or 3.5 years. And it starts the study fee from 6,600 euros per year, not per semester. And for master's courses is 4 semesters or 2 years. And it starts from 7,200 and the maximum is 7,600 euros per year. So we are in the middle range. We are not the cheapest ones, but not the expensive ones. And that is quite good. And the good thing is you can pay, or your students can pay by installments and semester-wise. Because it's pretty tough to pay the whole amount in advance. So we offer payment by installments. And the only amount in addition is the application fee, with 150 euros for non-EU citizens, because we have to check the documents and so on. And we are pretty fast. And then we can answer, or we can tell your student if it's eligible or not, he or she. Yeah, thank you. Next one. Some more course information. We have 2 intakes each year, 1st of April and 1st of October. So these are the dates of start of the semester. And the official application deadline is always mid of February and mid of August. But because we are a private university, we are very flexible. So is there any challenge with anything? We can talk with each other, and then it's totally fine to extend the deadline. So we have 2 semesters always, summer term and winter term. And just an information regarding scholarships. Unfortunately, we don't have our own scholarships for students to study at our university, but during the study for enrolled students, we offer scholarships. And just a short information regarding the Corona situation. From this summer on, we have luckily face-to-face classes. We had a transition phase for international students with hybrid classes, but yeah, we try to support them to entry to Germany, to re-entry. And now it will start face-to-face, and cross the fingers that it keep going on with face-to-face classes. And internships, yes and no. Some are obligated, depends on the study course. And in any case, it is possible to have mandatory free. It's free. It's up to the student. He can do this, but some of these study courses, it is obligated. Thank you. It's a pretty long list, but just some of them, the benefits to study at BBW. The focus is on our practical orientated study program, and it's always given by professors from the economy. It's always from the beginning to the end of the study course. It's industry relevant practical trainings. We have our own research institute. We have our own career service center, and this will support students in any case regarding career path, internships, and so on and so on. Given they give application or some interview trainings, check the documents, and so on. Internships worldwide, because we have this strong network in our background, and the small study groups, personal and close support, and so on and so on. And because we are so practice orientated, we have a bright career prospects after graduation. And we are located in the heart of Berlin. We have a dropout rate less than 5%. And it's worth it to study at BBW, because we try to give to the student as much as we can, that he has or she has a good bridge to the regional or local worldwide job market. Thank you. Next one. For you, agencies, some facts. We working on a commission base, 10% of the currently valid course fee per student recruited. That is given. We have the first step is an agency application form. And the second and the last step is a recruitment agreement. That is pretty simple, pretty easy to cooperate with each other. I work with agencies since a couple of years, and I'm familiar to cooperate with you. And we offer for our partners, we would like to train your staff regarding our university, how it works, the admission, and so on. And we offer free webinars for your interested students. So if you like and you have an idea, you have interested students regarding that and that student study course, just write me, book a webinar, and we would like to give this webinar specifically to your students. And of course, it's always an update. We send you invitations for special information events that you are always updated. You have more material, you have more promotion material for your interested students you could forward to them. Thank you. Yeah, this is just a short overview. BBW University of Applied Sciences. In German, it is very special, BBW Hochschule. We are located in Berlin, Germany, as I mentioned already. And in total, we have around 1,200 students, and in total, 400 international students. Our period of admission is around May to August for winter term. So it's right now. For the next winter term starts on 1st of October. And for the next summer term, 2023, the next admission period is from November to February 2023. Cost of living, the average in Berlin is around 800 euros per month, but it depends on so much issues like where do you want to live, or where wants the student live, in which district, and what kind of flat or kind of living, as you know, I think. And yeah, in general, students worldwide are welcome because as more diverse as possible, it is nicer for everybody. They can share your experiences from and so on. So we have no specific target countries for students, for example. Yeah, just my contact. My name is Daniela. I'm the head of international office, and just write me. This is just this email address. Otherwise, you can find on the Net24 account more ways to contact me. And yeah, thank you. Next chart, please. And finally, for now, thank you for your attention. And just a note, this is a picture from our graduation ceremony. So we always like to celebrate with the students the beginning of the study with a welcome week. So it's pretty popular. It's not really rare, but we give a special emphasis on this, on the welcome week. And after finished the study course or the study degree, then we like to celebrate it with this really, really nice graduation ceremony. This is just a picture of it. For now, thank you so much for listening. And I'm happy, or we are happy, I have my nice colleague with me to answer all your questions now.
Thank you, Daniela. So the first one, let's start with the questions. So the first one is, are all programs in English language?
This one, yes. This one I mentioned, yes. Definitely just English language degrees, yes.
Mm-hmm. The next one is GMAT compulsory for the MBA?
No, it is not.
Okay, it is not. All right. The next question I would say will be also from our team. When you mentioned 800 euros per month cost of living, does it mean the student will be renting a flat, or does it mean the student will be living in a dormitory if you have one?
Unfortunately, we don't have our own dormitories, but we have partnerships and discount for it and so on. But it involved a flat. But it depends where it is and so on. It's more around 800 and maximum 1,000, but it involved the flat, yes.
Mm-hmm. The next one is, do you require IELTS or TOEFL for admission for English language speaking country like Nigeria?
First of all, I would say we always it is always required an official English language certificate, and we accept almost every official certificate from every official English language institution, even the online ones. And it should not be older than 2 years. And unfortunately, it's not sufficient if you studied before in English or so.
Because
Theresa,
I think I understand, because I think that the main question was, as English is like official language in Nigeria, does the potential students required to have IELTS or not?
Theresa?
I would have to check that with the admission office. I know that there are some countries where the native language is English, then it would not be required.
Mm-hmm. All right. The next one is it difficult to get visa for Indian students? Visa date?
Visa date, not really, but it's more the time it will take, and you have to be aware of it, or the student. It's more the time. So a good, well planned is required.
Mm-hmm. And you have mentioned the visa application support. Can you elaborate on this one?
Yes, we have what we can do is that we inform the students with the necessary requirements and information, and that we also provide the documents that are necessary. So, for example, at the moment, they often need to present a letter from the university that they need to be physically present in Germany. So that is not a problem, or that we send out confirmations that they can arrive later in the semester at the moment, because we have this transition phase. That is also not a problem. So these kind of documents we provide happily.
All right. The next one is when would a student need to do the preparation course? In which cases?
That would be necessary if their school certificates in their home country that do not suffice to study in Germany. There are these are the rules that are set by the German government, that there needs to be fulfilled certain qualifications in order to study. As a general rule, for non-European Union countries, it is often required that the students have a 12-year school education, and in addition to that, 1 year of university, of studying at a university. This is just a thumb rule. So every country has its own requirements, but for that, the database from the German Academic Exchange Service, the admission database, is a good resource to look it up.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. The next one is, do you accept students directly at bachelor with the American high school or national Egyptian high school diplomas? The second one, I know that this is the kind of diploma that Egyptian students can apply for the higher education in Europe or for the bachelor. But what about the American high school diplomas?
We would have to check. I am not familiar too much with the American diploma and their requirements. We would check during the admission process.
Because I think it will involve some kind of re-evaluation for the European system of education, for sure.
And sorry, I would like to add, because we don't have that much international students from the United States. Therefore, it's not a clear answer. The most of the major group of our international students actually come from India.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. The next one is, how many years for the social sciences at the bachelor degree? It's 3.5 years, 7 semesters. All right, the next question is, do you accept GED certificate for the bachelor degree?
I am not familiar with the term GED, I must say.
I think, Theresa, you can go to the Q&A box and you can check. There is a link they provided with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah, I got it. If possible, we would afterwards, we'd like to connect with him, and then we can answer it more detailed.
Okay. Can a university help to make blocked account for the student applying for visa from Nigeria? If you can elaborate on that, because I don't personally quite understand what do you mean.
I do. A blocked account is often necessary for the visa process. We don't directly have this service, but we do have a partner that we recommend. Their name is Expatrio, and they offer to set up a blocked account. And if you like, the students can also combine this with health insurance and a current bank account. So they would be a good reference. So Expatrio is the name.
I think if you would be able to type it down in the chat, it would be very useful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
I will,
for
Theresa.
that one.
Okay. Okay.
The next one, are there any special requirements for the Nigerian students?
Just ask with all of the students. They need to have a higher education entrance qualification that is accepted in Germany, and I would say that and for a master's studies, of course, the bachelor degree. I would say for the bachelor's would be mostly that they need to have their school certificate and study a year of studies successfully in a university.
Okay, thank you. The next is the internship paid if the students have it, and what about the extended stay in the Germany after graduating?
So regarding the payment, so it depends on the company. Actually, it's not paid by us, and if the student is lucky, then he will get money, and from the company itself. So otherwise, if not, then it's not paid. If it's worldwide or abroad, then we have these scholarships. And the other one, the second question was?
I think it was about the stay after the graduation. Do students have some, for example, a frame of time to find a job, or do they need to go back home after the graduation and then do the visa on the purposes of the job?
No, they can stay in Germany. They can apply for a residence permit after successful graduation from a German university, and they can get a residence permit for up to 18 months after graduation. And in this time, they can search for a job and take on every kind of employment or self-employment that they would like to do.
The next one is, are the fees to be paid before the arrival or after?
The study fees have to be paid 2 weeks before the semester starts. So for the next winter term, for example, it would be the 15th of September. Then they must be paid the first semester fee. And whether they are already in Germany or not, that would depend on their individual travel plans.
And do you have information about part-time work rules for the students in Germany?
It is possible for them to work in part-time. In their student residence permit or student visa, it's allowed to work 120 days per calendar year. Especially in Berlin, it is possible to find a part-time job in the like event branch or in restaurants and so on. But what we have to say is that we strongly recommend to have German language skills when they want to find a job in their relevant field. So that would be a great plus for it.
All right. Okay, the next one. Please let us know when the application procedure of students. So basically, like, what is the general, if you would just go by the list, what is the general procedures how student must do the admission?
So they would start they would start their online application. We have an online application portal for that. They would fill in their personal data and upload their required documents. And then after when everything is complete, we will then get in contact. If they are from a non-European country, they would have to pay the application fee of 150 euros. And as soon as this is there, we will then send the study contract to sign. And once we have the signed contract, we will start to review the documents and decide whether the student is eligible to study. And if he or she is found eligible, then they will receive the first document from us, a confirmation of registration, which means that they are now a student at BBW and they can begin their travel and visa process. So it can be, in part, it depends on the student how fast they pay the application fee. And it can be that it is within 3 weeks that they have the first document from us.
All right. The next one is, what are the minimum marks required to join the Master in Management?
Our minimum grades are satisfactory. So that would mean a GPA of 2.0. If it is lower than that, there's still a possibility that they can join. Then they need to submit a motivation letter, and the respective professor will decide upon the approval or not.
Mm-hmm. Right. The next one is, the courses that you have, do they differ in terms of the summer and winter intake, or do you have the same programs for each of the intake?
At the moment, we have for each intake these English study programs.
Mm-hmm. All right, this one is done. How about the tuition fees? So let me just put the slide where you had the tuition fees. So it's around, from what we see, it's around from 6,500 to 7,500 euros, depending is it bachelor or is it master degrees. And the next one is entry requirements for international students generally. So I think if you mean entry requirements, I think it's like if you apply for the bachelor, it would be high school diploma with the transcript, and everything should be translated into English by a usual translator, or should those be sworn translations?
It would be better to have sworn translations. I think the next slide shows the entry qualifications. If you could switch. Yeah. So that they are. So we need the university entrance qualification for the bachelor's, and for master's, the bachelor's degree, and also an English language certificate. We do not accept medium of instruction, so unfortunately it does not suffice that the studies or the school has been in English, that we need the language certificate.
Mm-hmm. And what is the most convenient way to contact you? Is it the email, the phone? What it would be?
Doesn't matter how it's how it's convenient for the agency or the person itself. Doesn't matter in any case. So you will find on the website Net24 account, WhatsApp, phone, email, doesn't matter anyway. Yes, actually.
Mm-hmm. Is it difficult for Ghana students to get the visa? And for general, how long does it take for African students to receive the visa?
That really depends on their embassies and their working processes. So unfortunately, we have no information about that.
Mm-hmm. Do you accept OIETC or Duolingo certificates?
I know that Duolingo we do not accept at the moment. OIETC we would have to check. We would check individually what are the requirements of these tests and if they comply with our requirements.
Mm-hmm. The next one is, just give me a second. One student has completed a BCom with 53% mark in 2017. Okay, guys, if you would be asking questions regarding the marks, I think it would be better to send the documents directly to the BBW institution and ask the question, because it's almost impossible to give you the information regarding the document that we cannot see physically. The next one is, how is the commission paid for the agencies? Is it paid on the full amount? And when? After the first year finishing or before?
After the first semester, not the first year. After the first semester, the student is already or is still enrolled. And then it is 10% of the valid course fee. So the course fees are sometimes different. So it's always 10%.
All right. Do you accept tuition fee deposit? If yes, what is the minimum deposit to apply for the visa?
We do not have a tuition fee deposit process. Of course, the student can also pay in advance or can pay the whole amount. That is really up to them. What we require is that they pay the first semester fee 2 weeks before the semester starts.
Thank you. We have been having a very big challenge with booking visa appointment with the German embassy in Nigeria. What kind of support, if possible, can BBW provide to help at least somehow?
Unfortunately, we have no influence on the German embassies and their working processes. If there is really a long time, more than they say that it will take. Usually they say it can take up to 3 months. Then we can try to contact them. But the thing is that because of data protection reasons and so on, it is quite difficult to influence the embassies.
And the last question is, what is the refund policy for the students?
So before the semester starts, or first of all, they have after conclusion of the contract, when they have received the first document from us, the registration of the confirmation of registration, they have 14 days to withdraw. That's by legal, and you don't have to give a reason. And they will, should they have paid in the time, then they will get back the tuition fee. If this period is over, but the study hasn't started yet, the semester hasn't started, they can cancel the contract and will get a refund of the tuition fee. Just 150 euros of administrative fee will be held back by us, because that's what we have to cover our costs. But that is possible. Once the semester has started, a cancellation is only possible by the end of the semester. And one more thing, just to the application fee is non-refundable.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, for the questions. It was a very great presentation. Thank you, Daniela, and thank you, Theresa, for all of the answers. And, I will share once again your contact information to the chat, so agents will be able to contact you. Remember, if you have any questions, particularly like technical one about the documents, etc., send this information to the email and attach the document. This will be much more easier to make the evaluation and to help you out with your question. And again, thank you very much, Daniela and Theresa, and I hope we will be able to meet soon this year, maybe during some event or etc., because restrictions are going down, and we hope that we will be able to come back to the, I would say, life that was before the COVID. Thank you very much again.
You're welcome, and thanks for having us.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day and take care.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.